offense back out there. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Fires and picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
They'll try the outside to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He was able to come down with the pass, but not in bounds. So we're on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Hines is way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Now the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Guys, this offense is going to have to find a way to protect this quarterback. He has already been under unbelievable duress early in this game. They're not going to be able to complete throws if they can't keep him standing up.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Snatches it on the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Movement here from the tight end. Dropping back, it's Howard. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. The play action fake. Throwing right. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Looking for space. It's Sampson. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the ball's headed quickly to the line. On third down, he drops the throw. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Quarterback checking off. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On fourth down, looking to pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Touchdown, Ohio State. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, one with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Quickly to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. He's got his man, makes the grab. Still on his feet. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Volunteers!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second. Hassan Hatch creating a lane for that running back.
Lining up for the PAT. Right down the boulevard. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ballard. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Gonna run it. It's Judkins. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. And the Buckeyes will hustle to the line. They'll try to run for it. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally. It's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Howard. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw it. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. He's looking to throw. Fires the pass, intercepted. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, moving behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. They're lining up to boot it away. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Right back to it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Using the quick game. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll throw it on first down. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He'll send out 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 4. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, just keeps firing. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. The Vols in the hurry up. Motion from the offense. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. He's going for a big play downfield. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end. I can stay aggressive here. Try to get a field goal, Palmer. Try to get in range to get some kind of points before half.
Yeah, 2 biggest things are you've got to protect the quarterback, and the QB cannot throw a pick here in this situation. If you do those 2 things, you got an opportunity here to steal some points.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. They'll give it to the back. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. The Volunteers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Ballard. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They go to work in the third quarter with with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Fires to the right. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Oh, look out, there he goes! At the 30, running inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And it's up and no good. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The kickoff team out there getting set. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bishop. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. And the Volunteers are in the hurry-up. He had the speedster loose, and he just couldn't connect. Just a little too much juice on the pass.
Yeah, those ones that you got a guy wide open, a lot of times quarterbacks will tell you that those are the ones you kind of, like I don't want to mess this up, and you either put way too little on it, or in this case, way too much on it, and overthrow the speedster.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting, going for it this close to his own end zone. Quarterback checking the play. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Yeah, and down by 2 scores, and I guess you get to the point where you got to say, I'm going to go for it. We got to be aggressive. We got to make this happen. They tried to make it happen. The defense comes up big. Now, it is not looking good.
To the ground with the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
The Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He caught it. And tackled there by the defense. Now it's second and goal. Trying to punch it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. And it's right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
And you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Coming after him. A strike downfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, this guy's going to make catches all over the field. That time, he lined up all the way to the left side, and he was able to cross the entire field to make a catch on the right side. Defense lost track of him, and it ended up being a big play.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Takes the handoff. It's Sampson. Hard running there. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down. And the Vols racing to the line in the hurry up. The give to the tailback. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down. The Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Run in the red zone. It's Sampson. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun. The running back has it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Vols!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Looking to throw. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
I'll tell you, it's tough to complete 2-point conversions. Obviously, very small windows to throw into. Couldn't come away with that one. Let's see how that affects the outcome.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Tennessee! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Let's go. Nothing warms my heart more than a big boy getting an interception, getting in the end zone, and showing off why the defensive line is the most athletic position on the field.
And he puts through the extra point. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. It's Ballard. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The give to the back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
It's just simple. Simple first down run. You're showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump?
Timeout, Tennessee.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. They'll try to pick up the first. And the Buckeyes will have a first down.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
These running backs have all kinds of success. Now we're getting later in the game. We got to make sure we get some stops and get the ball back to our offense.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Scanning the field, it's Howard. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Got a lot of running room. He's at the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
One of the first things I want to do when I come into a game is I'm going to go, where do I have the advantage? Where are my guys better than yours? And maybe they feel good about their matchup out wide. Some of those wide receivers making some of these big plays down the field. This is a good sign for this offense.
Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Trying to bully their way in. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 30, Tennessee 27.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Trying to push their way into the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out. Man, I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive.
That makes the score Ohio State 33, Tennessee 27.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They'll leave it with him. At the 35, he's got room. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
To the ground. He's got it again. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Leaves it with the running back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The Volunteers want to move quickly. Wide receiver shows motion. From the gun, give on the inside. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. And the Volunteers will snap it on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for space. It's Sampson.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And here we go. Down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback will audible. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's got it, and they convert. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The inside handoff. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They go right back to it. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Caught in the backfield, it's White. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And now, 4th quarter, 4-down territory almost certainly as they get ready to try to grab the lead. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
All right, this offense just keeps trying to pound the ball into the end zone down tight, but the defense, they're very, very physical. So I think you got to think about either a perimeter run, a potential run-pass option, or let your quarterback try to go make a play thrown.
A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Back to pass, it's Iamaleava. Touchdown Volunteers! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And he knocks it through, and they take the lead. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Ballard. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Back to the ground with the running back. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Wants to throw on 3rd down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, look out! He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
2-point conversion attempt is on the way. They're going to run it. He gets it into the end zone. The 2-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it done with a big play, a 76-yarder for the score. Fair catch called for and made. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the 1st down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That's it, fly. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Trailing by a touchdown, this 4th down opportunity is gargantuan. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. To throw, it's Iamaleava. Finds his man down the middle. Open space at the 25. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Trying to get to him. He'll pull it down. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Touchdown ball! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
It's going nuts. Your offense comes through in the clutch when you need it. Great job. Now, baby, free football. Let's kick the extra point and go to overtime.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. So you think this is automatic? They need this one badly. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Ballard. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. On the run, it's Judkins. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Use the play fake, now to throw. Working that left side. Touchdown, Ohio State! They strike first here in overtime. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown.
Here we go.
Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Vols want to crank the tempo. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes. third down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. Wide out in motion. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, and it's intercepted, a turnover in overtime. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick. This is one of the best games we've called this season. A thriller, and it comes down to the wire here in overtime.
I could watch these two teams play another 6 times this year, just back and forth, trading blows, offenses coming up with explosive plays, big hits all over the field. David, this is what college football is all about.
No doubt. I love your excitement, but where's the defensive mentions? Some good defense out there, too, there, homeboy. I know it's not just offenses that get you excited. Some defensive plays, too. Nip and tuck the whole game, decided in overtime, crushing loss.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.